In today's video, I'll be attempting to do my own dental work after a professional dentist broke a drill bit off in my tooth and left it there. And more things you guys dared me to do in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up at whatever point it looks like I should probably go to a real dentist, which was probably years ago. Plus, if we can get this video to 10,000 likes, I will bleach and dye my shitty beard every color of the rainbow. So let's fire up that like button and we'll get this thing going. So before we start the procedure, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about how I got this drill bit in my mouth. And also mention that I am not a dentist or a doctor, and I am not giving you any medical or dentist advice. Full disclosure, I might even be an idiot. So just don't try this at home. We cool? Okay, so I recently acquired dental insurance for the very first time because I had a huge cavity on the left side of my mouth, which means I would have to pick which dentist's office I would be going to from a list that they had. So I did some research and chose one based on good reviews and the fact that they had a really nice office. I then went to my first appointment where I was told I would need a root canal for sure, and that I could choose between having a crown, which he recommended, or a build-up. A build-up isn't as good, but it's like half the cost. And I'm kind of a cheapskate, so that's the route that I went. And about halfway through the procedure, he looks down at me kind of freaking out and says, "This is gonna be really, really weak. We should have totally done a crown." So I pull out my phone and type out, "Let's do a crown then." I mean, what other option did I have? So he's like, okay, and then he proceeds to continue drilling on my face. He eventually finishes up and puts a temporary crown on, but that's when he looks over and tells me that he broke a drill bit off in my tooth and that he cannot get it out. He said there would be no bill yet and that I would need to go to an endodontist so they could try to get the drill bit out of my mouth and finish up the procedure there. And then I would go back to his office and get my permanent crown. But he also said that now that we have to do all this extra drilling that I might lose the tooth entirely. In which case I would need to get an implant, and not the fun kind, which is like another $5,000. Or I could keep the drill bit in there and just actually put a crown over that. But that also comes with some risks, like I don't think I would ever be able to get an MRI. So I'm not really sure what to do about it. But in the meantime, I have two other small cavities on the right side of my mouth that I caused a while back eating hard candy. I kid you not. And not unlike an idiot, I thought if the pros are just gonna break drill bits off in my mouth, I don't really need their help for that. I can take care of that myself. So I did a ton of research about dentistry and particularly adding fillings. Now typically if you have a cavity on the top of a back molar, they'll take a drill and basically hollow out your entire tooth, and then fill it with metal or a variety of other things. However, when searching for permanent dental fillings on eBay, I found a product called glass ionomer cement that seemed perfect. And it's an actual professional dental filling material. And it had a bunch of reviews from people like me that also used it, which was reassuring to know that I wasn't the only one stupid enough to try this. I then bought a bunch of other dental tools from Amazon and came up with a plan. So this material is said to only take 7 minutes for it to set, but it actually takes 24 hours for it to mature, which means I'll need to not eat anything for the next day. So I decided to just scrape out as much of the decayed material as I can with dental picks. So I spent the days leading up to this just constantly scraping my teeth out. Then I began the actual procedure. I mixed up the filling material and dried up the tooth with a dental syringe. I then placed my first DIY dental filling, and I shaped it as best as I could. I then grinded my teeth on a small piece of plastic to just make sure that it didn't affect my bite in any way, and the plastic would help keep the filling from getting on my other teeth. Also flossing between my teeth to make sure that the teeth didn't actually get stuck together. After that, I just basically had to wait a really long time for it to dry. Then I basically did the same thing on the other tooth. And here are the results for now. It's been a few days now and the fillings are still in there and they feel fine. Now of course, time will tell if this was a good decision or not. But if I can get a few years out of this before I have to see a real dentist, I'd consider it a success. Now if there's any changes in condition, like if it falls out or anything, I'll leave a comment pinned to the top down below. So if there's no new comment, that means there is no change. And so far, I'm pretty happy with the results. By the way, I made a playlist of my most recent videos over here. You should definitely check those out. But in the meantime, I'm always up for a good challenge, so make sure to leave me your dares in the comment section. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you've yet to have done that. And of course, if you actually want to see the videos, make sure to bell me for notifications. It's kind of the only way to be sure you'll see the video. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys in just a few days with a new video. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.